Hey guys, welcome back. Now, a few months ago, I actually did a review of the APOL Behemoth, and well, basically, I loved it. I loved everything about the chair, and well, not just the chair, but I really appreciated the way APOL ran their company. Well, fast forward a few months and looking back at all the comments from that video, a lot of you guys are asking like, how's the Kraken compared to the Behemoth, the Kraken or the Sphinx, which are basically two of their other really popular models. So I reached out to the guys at APOL and I said, look, I've got a lot of guys asking how the chair is. And I would love to do a review of it and to compare it as well. So yeah, they agreed and they sent over this. So this is the Kraken, all right? So I've had about 3 weeks. But when I say I had, my wife kind of hijacked the chair and I'll say why. But anyway, is this chair just as good as the Behemoth? Is it better? Let's find out. So the APOL Kraken that I have over here, this variant basically, which is the Ash Storm variant with the fabric version instead of the PU leather. Yeah, we've had it for about 3 weeks now. And just to speak about the chair, so it comes as usual, like the Behemoth, it comes with the headrest cushion, it comes with the lumbar support cushion as well. You still have the option to either pick it up yourself or have it delivered and assembled, or you can pick it up or deliver it and then you can assemble it yourself. But basically this chair, well, what can I say? I really like it as well. Now, obviously for the hefty boy like me, I would choose the Behemoth over this one, but that's not to say that this doesn't fit me. It actually does, but it's sort of like a different kind of fit. Now, when you compare the Kraken and the Behemoth, to me, they are both beautifully built. They both are just as well built, just as sturdy. But of course, there are some differences. Now, looking at the base of the Kraken compared to the Behemoth, now looking at it immediately, you kind of think that the Behemoth is wider, and when you sit on it, it does feel wider. But actually, they both, the width of both bases is actually about 55 centimeters, so it's about the same. But where it differs is that the Kraken's base tends to like come up a bit. So in actual fact, the seating area is a bit less than the Behemoth. Now for the backrest, so the Behemoth is definitely a bit wider, about 4 cm wider. So the Behemoth is about 58 centimeters. The Kraken is about 54 centimeters, alright? So it's a bit narrower. And also, same like the seat, it tends to hug you. So if I were to give a comparison, I would say that the Kraken is kind of similar to semi-bucket seats. If anybody who owns a car or is familiar with racing, you know that they have bucket seats. So semi-bucket seats are what you have in consumer in cars that sort of has the shape of a bucket seat but has a bit more cushion, and this is a lot like that. So actual bucket seats are really hard. This is not hard at all. It is extremely comfortable, but it has that same sort of a hug around you and kind of wraps your body. Now, the one thing that surprised me was actually the height of the back. The Behemoth is about 84 centimeters from the base to the top of the back. The Kraken is actually 87, so it's about 3 centimeters taller. Now, the thing is, the Kraken has this sort of like holes at the side of, near your shoulders, whereas the Behemoth doesn't. But take it from me, I'm kind of a tall guy, about 6 foot, and it's not too short for me. I think it's more of a design feature where the Kraken has that holes, which is actually really good. One thing I didn't think about was that if I had a fan blowing, it actually allows some circulation around your neck and you don't feel too hot. So actually that was pretty cool. Now, one thing I will say though, and I don't know if this is going to apply to a lot of you, but for me, when I sit on my chair, whether I'm video editing or when I'm playing games, sometimes I like to do this sort of a semi cross-legged thing where I'll put one of my legs under my other leg and sit like half cross-legged. I can do that with the Behemoth very comfortably. I cannot do that with the Kraken, alright? Because of the way the seat is designed, the base, it actually kind of hurt because you have that thing at the side. So a lot of you might have no idea what I'm talking about, but if you do and you do that as well, then just remember this, alright? Now, I did mention that my wife hijacked the chair. And yeah, that's because when it arrived and she sat on it, immediately she loved it, okay? So out of the 3 weeks, I had maybe 3 days with it. And she had most of the time. But anyway, I asked her what she felt about the chair.
I like this better. It's more comfortable. The cushion, it's softer, and the material, it's covered with cloth.
Yeah, it's a soft fabric.
Yeah, so it's a soft fabric. So even if I sit on it like the whole day and I don't turn on my aircon, it's not hot as compared to the previous one, which is made of leather.
Or fake leather, we don't know.
Fake leather.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I don't sweat. My legs don't sweat even if I sit on it for a long time. Oh, the back support is perfect. Because usually what I do is I put a small pillow on my back to support my back. But with this new chair, it has its own pillow. It has its own rest. So when I work, because I tend to slouch. So what I do is I adjust the backrest and I move it closer to my back. Like this. So that my posture is like, good. But for example, when I want to rest and when I want to relax, what I would do is I could just recline and relax. So I think that's a very good feature of the chair. I would prefer this, I think, because in terms of size, this fits me nicely. The Behemoth is too big for me. So like in terms of the base, the side of it just snugs my legs perfectly, and also like at my lower back, so I could feel the side like on my lower back, and also the armrest. Like the Behemoth, when I sit on it and when I use the armrest, I tend to like move my arms away from my body just so that I could put my arms on the rest. But here I think it's perfect.
So yeah, my wife loved the chair, I loved the chair as well. And it actually turned out to be a good thing that she used the chair most of the time, because there was this other point that I wanted to bring up. Now you realize in this review that I refused to call it a gaming chair, right? I did that on purpose. The reason is I think it's a disservice to these chairs, or both of these chairs, to say that it's for gaming. Now, a lot of attention has been put in the ergonomic design of both of these chairs. So honestly, they are just basically very good, comfortable ergonomic chairs. Now, I will go as far as to say that if you wanted to use this for work, if you have an office and you need to get chairs for your staff, you wouldn't go wrong getting this kind of chairs. It is first of all, it's very well built. The Behemoth that I've had for, well, it's February, quite a few months now, it still looks as good as it did from the time that I got it. There's been no issues whatsoever. Same with the Kraken. I've had it for 3 weeks. It still looks brilliant. It will definitely last. Now, there are actually a couple of comments that I thought were pretty good questions from a couple of people who watched the Behemoth video, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. The first one was from June, and she asked if I could do a video in the future just to show how the chair has survived these last few months. But yeah, to answer your question, June, the chair has been brilliant. It's been many months, many hours a day, especially now where we're all working from home. I use the chair and I'm on my chair maybe 80% of the day. It has held up beautifully. It still looks really great. One thing I was worried about was the color starting to fade or something like that, but it hasn't after all this months, so that's great. Okay, now the other question was from someone named Ridwan Saharuddin. I hope I got your name right. Well, he said that, I'm 171, 1.7 meters tall. I forgot what the weight he said he was. And he asked whether the Kraken or Behemoth would be more suited for him. Well, Ridwan, you're kind of in the middle of me and my wife in terms of dimensions, alright? So I'm about 6 foot, so I'm 1.82 meters. My wife is about 165, 167. I weigh a hefty 110 or 113 kilograms, if I were to be honest. I would tell you how much my wife weighs, but then you would probably never see me again. But yeah, so for me, I like the Behemoth. It's really comfortable for me. I have a lot of leg room. It's really comfortable. My wife likes the Kraken because it sort of hugs her and she likes how that feels. It's really comfortable on her back. It actually stops her and actually stops me as well from slouching as much as I used to. So it really depends on you. If you like a lot of room and you like to sit cross-legged sometimes, probably get the Behemoth. But if you like it sort of forcing you to sit a certain way and sort of feeling hugged, then the Kraken is definitely the way to go. Now, when I did my review of the Behemoth, I didn't just speak about the chair, but I also spoke about APOL as a company, how they ran the company, what their priorities were, and it's something that I really admired and really appreciated. Now, that has not changed at all right? Their main aim is really to make sure that you get the full use of your chair. So like I said, you get all these accessories that you can get if something gets spoiled or wears out after the warranty. You can go online and it's really cheap. It's not like they price it out so that you buy the chair. No, it is very affordable and you can get it replaced, and it's so easy to replace any of them. Now, one thing I forgot to mention was that look, not a lot of people can actually afford to buy a chair, even though it's very well priced. Now, some people either don't want to splash that kind of cash or don't have the money to splash it out straight away. So they have an arrangement with another service called Hula. Alright, so what it does is it actually splits the payment 3 ways. So the chair is $396, whether it's the Kraken or the Behemoth, it's the same price. Another thing I love about APOL. Now, yeah, so you can actually split it 3 ways. You can use a credit card or a debit card, okay, and there is 0 interest. Okay, so they don't penalize you for splitting the payment. You don't pay an interest, you pay the same amount. And kudos to APOL. I can't say enough how much I love that. Now, I did mention that this chair had a lot of focus put in terms of its ergonomics, and they also have other accessories. Okay, they have a premium pillow set. They call it a pillow set, but basically it's a cushion. So they have sort of like an upgrade version of the headrest and the backrest. And yeah, they send it to me as well. And not just that, they also have a footrest, okay? And my wife has been using all 3. Honestly, it's so good that I'm intended to do the review together with the Kraken, but really I'm gonna do a separate video because I really want to talk about those 3 accessories and how they sort of bring all these chairs to a whole new level. Okay, and yeah, like I said, the Kraken is 396 Singapore dollars. Well, the Behemoth is also 396 Singapore dollars, okay? But for now, for a limited time only, alright, if you do go to the APOL website and you do order the chair, you're actually gonna get an additional $18 off, alright? But you need to enter this, alright? Enter this coupon, the promo code, basically Technobabble18. So enter this promo code and you will get an additional $18 off your purchase price. And just like the Behemoth, I can't help but give the Kraken a full 5 out of 5 and a Technobabble recommended logo. Alright, so that about wraps up my review of the APOL Kraken. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.